with us today. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the final SEA-EU Makeathon event, one of the activities performed as a part of the SEA-EU Alliance. Before we get started, I would like to welcome our host, Professor Dragan Ljutic, Rector of the University of Split, Professor Leandra Ranješ-Markić, Vice Rector for Science and Innovation, and Professor Đurđica Miletić, Vice Rector for International Cooperation, and also Professor Sven Gotovac, Director of the Spinet Technology Park, our host also today. I would also like to welcome our partners from the SEA-EU Alliance, who have been largely involved in the organization of the event and will today be part of the jury. Yves Quer, Director of the UBO Open Factory, Professor Edward Duca, Science and Innovation Communication Lecturer from the University of Malta, Isabella Disterhet from Office for Liaison with Business and Community from University of Gdańsk, and Judith Barrow, which is with us online, from General Director from Entrepreneurship, Venture and Alumni from University of Gdańsk. I would also like to thank you, all of you who helped in the organization of this final event, colleagues from the SEA-EU Office and Department of Science and Innovation at the University of Split, but also colleagues from the Alliance, University of Dresde, Cadiz, Gdańsk and Malta, who significantly contributed in dissemination activities and motivating students to participate, those of you who helped in the organization of lecture series, and who traveled a great distance and invest a valuable time to join us today. Last but not least, I would also like to welcome and thank all of the teams who worked hard on their ideas in the previous few months and are ready to pitch their ideas and help our campuses become more sustainable. I believe that you are all familiar with the main idea of the SEA-EU Makeathon, but for those of you who are joining us for the first time, here's just a short overview. SEA-EU Makeathon is a part of the activities of the SEA-EU Alliance. It is co-organized by the University of Brest, University of Cadiz, University of Gdańsk, Malta, and University of Split, with the support of the University of Kiev. As a part of the competition, teams were required to design and develop a digital or physical prototype of a product or service that is in line with at least one UN Sustainable Development Goal and that can be applied on our campus. In the last few months, our teams have worked on their ideas. They participated in the online lecturing sessions about business model canvas, evidence-based pitch, intellectual property, sustainable development goals, and idea pitch. Today, we will finally see what they have succeeded. I will now kindly invite our rector, Professor Dragan Ljutic, to welcome the participant and open the event.
Thank you very much, dear guests. Very warm welcome to Split. I hope you have been enjoying these few days here with us. Sun is shining, it's a little bit windy, but who cares? The main thing is that we are together. I mean, really together. It's nice. It's very fruitful to have you here. Thank you very much for coming. I hope our events, this kind of events, not only this kind of events, will be also very, very common in the future. The idea of being together to make European diploma, to think about all the problems we are facing with, like ecology, air, sea, especially sea. That's the reason why we are SEA-EU Alliance is really, as I said, very welcome, and we have to think about our lives. First of all, I'm so sorry for these last 2 weeks. We heard about the war in Ukraine, and we got really very, very sympathy to that people because we faced the same kind or almost the same kind of war in our past. But it wasn't so far. It's 35 years ago. And I think we all together, as I saw from our transcription from all directors. We support Ukraine. We will be supporting students and professors from those universities from Ukraine, especially here at our university, but also all the universities in Croatia, in all countries. We are actually at the moment have together our alliances. Now is not anymore 6 alliance, it's 9 alliance. It's a really very strong outcome group of universities, especially SEA universities. And that's our task. Among all other tasks, is also our task to make our sea more and more cleaner than actually it is. So thank you for your innovations, dear students. I hope our judging here will be very clear, but everyone actually succeed and get some kind of prize, winning, because when you are part of this event, you actually win. And I hope you will be here very good meeting. Thank you very much once again for coming. Tomorrow, I will be organizing something for you, but it will be delivered through Leandra and through Mrs. Ivana from the head of the office. Okay, be strong further. Try to think about all the possibilities which can help to all of us, not only to us, to deliver it to other interesting in that field, especially in the field of the sea. Thank you very much once again. Thank you for coming. We will be seeing each other tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you, Rector, for this welcoming words. Now, without any further delay, it's finally a moment to hear all of these ideas and choose the best one. We have 7 teams who will participate today and present their ideas. 3 from University of Brest, 2 from University of Split, and 1 from University of Cadiz and University of Gdańsk. Although University of Malta doesn't have any teams representing them, I'm really glad that Professor Edward is here us, and they also put a lot of effort to engage teams, but unfortunately this year they are not here. But let's hope that the next year we will have even more participants here with us. So teams. Marco, what's going on? Okay, I can do it even without presentation. So teams, order in which you will present your ideas was created using random number generator. So it's fair enough for all of you. You will have 5 minutes for presentation and 2 minutes from question and answer from the jury. Your ideas will be evaluated based on the following criteria: contribution to at least 1 UN Sustainable Development Goals, contribution to the campus life, the impact and innovation of the solution, how other universities in the CEU can benefit from the solution. Also, we would look at your team. Is it team mixed and comprised of representatives of various target groups, and pitch itself, and also respect of the time. If your pitch exceeds the duration of the 5 minutes, we will let you finish it, but our jury members will lower the scores based on the duration. And now we will start our presentation. So the first team presenting will be team from University of Cadiz, and please join me here. The floor is all yours. Just one question for those of you who are online. Can you see the screen shared now or not? Judith, maybe. Can you hear us, Judith? Ah, okay. Stop. So whenever you're ready. And sorry for this technical issue. It's working. Hello, have you ever stopped and wonder, think about your university life? I'm not talking only to the students who are here. I'm speaking also to all the university community members, which attend lectures, who commute to university every day, and also spend so many time at university. Is this the university life that you ever wanted? So this is us, and oh, sorry for the inconvenience. It was working just a minute ago, so. So it's working now. Sorry. Sorry, we didn't know that it was going to happen. But so this is us, the researchers of this project. We are 4 girls from different areas. One is Aloy, the other is a history teacher. She, Indira, is working on studying on coast administration, and I'm an education. And we all reached to the same question: how could we improve the quality of university life of community people, of university community people in maritime cities? We are not talking only about Cadiz, which we are from Cadiz, Spain, but also from all of your university in the SEA-EU Alliance.
We taking campus of Cali, but all CU in university enjoy a wonderful environment. We have big potential in natural human resource in all university member. So the university has to promote relationship and synergy between community member, university, and society, and natural place.
So to solve this kind of problematic between the relation and how to take the most of the environmental potential that the CU Alliance have, we have proposed this adaptation of the actual mobile application, which is based in improved relation between CU students from all the different places. For example, we have the button socialize, where people, it's kind of social network. Are now doing, you can say, hey, who's gonna walk 30 minutes? For example, I have finished my lecture, we can go to the beach or we can go to the video together.
Brokers, students, community, for
in order to expand to the campus, because, for example, in Cali University is not so widespread. So maybe we can look forward to local and pushing local to get the global effect. How about GDPR? How about GDPR? People will have to login here. And how is the Yes, of course, there are technicians who will be in charge of that, because I'm not a professional about data protection. So many people having a seat.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the status of your prototype.
Well, this is we made a model
focusing on this is the prototype, it's not the developed yet, but our adaptation to the application.
Maybe last question, what is the challenges you have now to face? Is the funding, is technical ones, or?
Mainly the technical details, because as I said at the beginning, we are not technicians, any of us, but I think that we can find, we are next to or helped by supported by the entrepreneurship office in Cali. So I think we can go in a good way.
To hear something in one of your questions before. So how many people do you need using this to make it viable? What are your milestones that you need to achieve in order for this to become reality?
Well, as we try to transmit, we are not going to create a new applications from nothing. We want to kind of mix or adapt the existing application. Does anybody have any other suggestion or question? No questions. So thank you very much. Now we will have a team from University of Dance and their project study buddy.
Yes. So your presentation is the last one, okay?
Exactly.
So I will now.
Maria?
It's working, okay.
Perfect. Please use the mic.
No, we.
Okay. I'm not sure that those who are online can hear you, but you are close enough to the computer and I'm unmuted, so perhaps they will hear you. But speak loudly.
Okay, we'll try. Hello, everybody. It's a pleasure to be here. Do you remember your college friend who didn't graduate for some reason? Do you remember feeling stressed and overwhelmed by the amount of material to learn? Or maybe there were moments when you would give up everything for notes and explanations. We decided to change it. Study Buddy is passionate about helping students. It's a unique platform where they can get help. Study Buddy's DNA is based on enthusiasm, a sense of community, and an approach focused on effective action. The help that students receive is affordable and absolutely everyone can engage in teaching.
Data from the University of Gdańsk clearly shows there's a big issue with the pass rate. This is due to many factors, some of which we can confront and resolve. The pandemic has escalated the problem and students feel alienated more than ever before. Research shows that indeed, a lot of students who drop out do so because they have fallen behind at some stage. Therefore, our main goal is to increase pass rate of first-year students. This is why we created Study Buddy. It's an application that allows students to help each other with problems related to studying or student life. Anyone can sign up, share knowledge, and build a community in the process. Study Buddy aims to combine many forms of assistance, from simple like organizing your studies to the complex problems. Students will be able to find answers to all of these questions on the forum.
In Study Buddy, everyone will be able to form their own team to study together, tutor, take part in tutoring, competition, student projects, etc. We want to base our activity on several pillars which guide us in the development and operation of the project. Give students a place where we can connect recurring questions on a wide variety of issues. Give them opportunity to join groups for common projects. Do our best to provide a sense of security and ensure that no one is left alone with their problem. Relieve the burden on lecturers.
Our aim is to introduction of our project to be a win-win situation for all parties as far as it's possible. If students are given the infrastructure at the university to act, there will be many people willing to give as well as receive. Together with the University of Gdańsk, we have come to an agreement that students who need to do compulsory internships can complete them by being a tutor in Study Buddy. We do have a competition, but none of the commonly available forms of such an assistance are sufficient. There are really only few alternatives, but none of them specializes in helping and connecting students. Internet forums are overloaded. Classic tutoring is too expensive. Consultations with teachers are available, but time limited in a way. So, Study Buddy eliminated all these problems. Sorry. The number of features and improvements will be implemented soon. One of them is Learning Club. The other one is features and study note exchange. Well, we do have a realistic action plan for the near future. By the end of May, we would like to have a fully functional app available for students. We are Kamil, Kasper, and Kuba. Ambitious and complementary individuals. We are incredibly committed to this project. While working on it, we not only had to improve our skills, but also learn new things. We believe that our project will be soon available to every student in the SEA-EU Alliance and become another option that universities will give to students to develop themselves. Considering the situation behind our border with Ukraine, it's important to emphasize that Study Buddy can be a great help for refugees. You can find us on Instagram. Thank you for your attention.
No questions.
So, I've seen this before. So, why do you think this hasn't been developed before, and how do you want to spread it to other universities as well? Do you have a plan in mind on how to do that?
Okay, so first of all, we would like to try and implement on our campus. And next, when we will have a fully functional application and test it, we would like to share it with another universities by contact them by emails by meeting them on the meeting like this today, and share our application in our social media, our website, and all forms like that. We also have a friend from Erasmus Plus in our university, which we can share our application.
So how do you think you can make the application more financially sustainable? Like so that you actually like pay for the work you do?
We have already paid most of.
The costs are very minimal because we are doing it just in our team. We have the complementary team, so we just only have to deploy the application on the mobile stores, and this is only a one-time cost. We have to pay for the domain from the website and the server, but it's a very low cost. So we believe that our universities or universities from CEU can just finance it, and we don't want to receive any money because it's a social program, and this is from students for students. We just want to, we are from the third year study. We want to give a present for the first year for the first year students, and make it more efficient to study in the way we want to study.
I don't know the other thing, but I'd still suggest that you pay yourself something. Even if it's for a social good, it will help motivate you as well.
Thank you for the presentation. And I have one question and one remark. The question is, I think the one risk of the application is linked to the motivation of the students to use the platform. So do you have some idea of that? Do you think they will be motivated to use it?
So now we just created MVP of our application, and we are testing it in our closed society. We just engage our friends, our students from the University of Gdańsk, and for now they are saying that they like very much application and they will use it further. So we believe that they will give us feedback, we can develop it and make it as sustainable as it can for the students. So the feedback is good for now. I believe that
I saw some kind of application, and the first feedback, the first way was to fund students that use the platform. So you have some money back if you give support to other students. This is one way. It's quite difficult to put in place. And the other one is to valorize the activity of the students in the university. So you have maybe to collaborate with teachers, with the university, how the time passed with other students can be valorized in the curriculum of the students. It can be nice to think about that. And for the other parts related to the sustainability of the platform, maybe if you would want to have money back, is the best way to diffuse the platform is to put in open source the code, facilitate other universities to use it, and you get more feedback. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So the third team presenting will be team from the University of Split, and their project Cross-Sea Cleanup. The floor is yours.
Mhm. Vaša je ova prva, je li tako? It's the first one. Are you sure? Aha. Dobro, onda ne moram šerati. Dobro. Just try that. What can be wrong?
Why didn't you show me?
So it's working.
Yeah. No, in my hand. It's working. Okay. Hi everyone. We are a team of students, scientists, and NGO employees. We developed an application called Cross-Sea Clean App. It is designed to put together all the data collected during cleanup actions on the beaches and shallow seabed. This application is useful for scientists and civil sector because it helps to collect all the data in one place, all the data about marine litter, and then this data can be easily compared and used for further researches and policy makers. So working together, our team came up with the following idea: Marine Litter Students Camp. To understand better the needs of our target audience, we conducted this survey among students on the campus, and the result shows that all of the students recognize the importance of prevention of marine litter pollution, and how those who are interested in learning more about marine litter stated that they would like to participate in our activities. So the activities of our project would be next. Okay, firstly, the scientists involved would organize lectures for the students of different educational backgrounds. The aim of this activity is primarily to raise awareness and improve students' knowledge and understanding about all the aspects of marine litter pollution. We would encourage students to be more proactive and take actions. Knowing that field work makes better impression on people, as all of us know that practice is better than just theory, the next our step would be the clean-up action of nearby beach and shallow seabed. So this way, students would have the opportunity to see the extent of marine litter pollution on the land and in the sea. They would know how to collect and analyze marine data, marine litter, and we will show them how to use our application to put all the data required, including photos. Participating in this event, students would contribute to citizen science by reducing marine litter pollution and improving seawater quality. Yes.
The next step is the art workshop, where students pick and choose from the collected marine litter items, the ones they can use for their artwork. And through this workshop, they would experience what it means to give a new life to something that was once just garbage. Their artwork can be installations, a photograph, promotional material, whatever their creative minds can think of. These are some examples of such sculptures. And these are from the Science Festival in Split a few years ago. They will also be encouraged to create something that has more use than just art, like these, for example. We can also motivate students through certificates, prizes, maybe even a competition where the best artwork would be displayed on campus. And the workshop will also attract media attention, which can be beneficial for promoting the marine litter prevention among general population. And after the workshop and the exhibition, we plan to find a way to recycle all the marine litter that wasn't used in the workshop. So we already contacted several companies in Split so far that deal with processing plastic materials. And they said that they're very impressed with our project and that we should look for other EU and US companies, even if they can help us, that support this kind of activities. Here you can see an example of an NGO in Ukraine that uses recycled plastics, and I will give the floor to Anja.
Hello. So our project is attractive to all students, universities, professors, scientists, and other campus staff from different fields. So it can be implemented into the student curriculum, and this is a good project idea that can be shown into the other universities, especially those who are part of SEA-EU Alliance. And these are goals that our project is connected to. 4, 6, 11, 12, 14, and 17, and through them we can raise awareness to society and students and some other universities. So thank you for your attention.
Do you have any questions? We hope no.
So you mentioned that you want to spread this to the other CU universities and so on. What's your ideas on how to achieve that, and maybe what marketing do you have in mind to get enough people to use your app? And well, it's not just that, but your idea.
So the plan is to implement the program into the university curriculum. So through that, other universities can follow example of University of Split.
Thank you for the presentation. What is the strategy to implement that in the University of Split? So you said that you have to connect that to the curriculum, and do you have some ideas to do that?
I just have some thoughts in my head how it can be. So after we implement our this program with enough action, education, lectures from scientists and so on, and the students will see how it contributes to the marine litter pollution prevention and protection, and then also professors will see, and we will encourage them. We think that we will succeed to encourage them. Then they will be for sure put it into their curriculum and share to others. If it will not be like this single project, separate project, it can be like a part of other lesson or class about environment and nature at first, and then it can be like a separate project or something.
So I like to thank you very much for the presentation. I really enjoyed it and I liked it. As the activities connected to the building the sculpture is something that I've seen before, but the data collection, it's really I'm curious about that part. It's very interesting, and also in the future you could sell it easy. Data is something great, but yeah, you can create a great value. But the question is, because this is something that I didn't get. Once you do all these activities, at the beginning I thought that you will somehow connect the result of the activities, like limiting the garbages on the beach with the data that you gathered. Can you confirm if this is what is happening? I mean, I didn't get the idea of gathering the data with the other activities.
I'm not looking. Okay, so I will explain one more time. So this application is for monitoring the marine nature. For example, if you want to organize a clean-up action, you can just organize and forget about it, but you can also organize, use our app, put all the data in our app, and this data will be seen for all the other people and scientists in Croatia. So who do the same action, then other people will also do the same action. They also will put the data, and this will be useful for scientists because when they do some reports or something, they will have all the data in one place.
So what is the data? It's about the activity and number of people that took part in the activity, or it's more about the...
Yeah, it's about everything, actually, about the team who do this, about the litter that they collect, it's about the origin of the litter, where it's from, like in Croatia, it can be from Italy or somewhere else, like it can go to our coast. It will be, how to say, separated into the, what is it, metal, plastic or something. So we will teach students how to separate it and how to analyze it and put in this data then into the application.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How many people is in the team? 3 of you or more?
There are 3 of us and also 3 of others.
Okay. Yeah, because it looks like it's really lots to do. So we are like 6 people. Yes. Women team?
1 man, 1 man.
And women power. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the presentation. And now we are going to University of Brest and creation of the solidarity of art. So please come here. The floor is all yours.
Which one is yours? This one?
This one.
Okay. Do you have it in the... okay. It would be better in the PPT because it would be easier to share, I suppose. Yes. It's okay. It's on the jury. You can use the mic.
Yeah.
The pointer, sorry.
Yes.
It's working. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Hello, my name is Philip. I don't speak English. It's a problem for you or for me, but I can just learn this PowerPoint. A presentation, creation of a solidarity orchard in the campus in Quimper at south of Brest. A plan, this is a campus, the zone experiment on orchard, future orchard in this part. This project is responsible on supportive approach to reflect on our environmental impact, to initiate a global reflection to preserve and increase the biodiversity of the pole. The name of the pole is Pierre Jacques Elias. PGH, to replicate the experience on other UBO campuses at home with CU partners, perhaps, to reach exchange. The project create solidarity hardware, local and ancient species of fruit trees, pear, apple, plum, and more, reorganization of green spaces, planting of melliferous plants, more insects, and pollinating insects, new maintenance policy, composting, rational care, with for a meadow, creation of a water path or a pond, because present in the campus of Food Tripping Spring. The university sends seen from the Ocean, the local of teaching, the Ocean. The public open to all users of the pole, students, teachers, administrative and logical staff on the neighboring other campus of UBO, IUT, Institute of Technology. Outside people, young people, research center, primary school, they are partner of teaching schools, the name is INSPE in French, teaching school, elderly people, integration association, etc. On other partnerships, horticultural high school, nurserymen, horticultural association, the town of the Quimper, the center of university service, the name in French, close, but it's sustainable development, social responsibility education, integration within the teaching units on sustainable development and social responsibility, CU, extension of the field of study for students in the teaching school, the name is a master professorial école, practical workshop open to all, tree cycle, planning and maintenance of fruit trees, harvesting, conservation and processing, etc. Newsletter, blog, exhibition and conference. They occur today and February and March, planting of 8 apple trees, 8 pear trees on the November 2022 deployment phase, planting of 25 trees. The experiment phase in this here. The future third class of learning as this other place to learning, to teaching, outdoor schools, observation area, development of plants, biodiversity, especially insects, installation of beehive, installation of nesting box for the bird. The objective is the regulation of insects and parasites, space for artistic creativity, exhibition of photographs or sculptures, etc. Oh. Thank you very much. A question? I don't know.
Thank you very much for the presentation. So I would like to know what is the team behind? How large is your team? And how could you move this idea to other campuses?
Teaching, administrative people, and students, 20-25 in the equipe, but team.
They participate depending on the event. It's depending, yeah. It's changed who participates, but if the whole team is 25 people.
Yeah, thank you. No, I was wondering also if someone else would like to transfer it to their campus. What do you suggest? How many people would be required, and what kinds of resources?
Si d'autres personnes veulent essayer sur un autre campus, combien de personnes devraient faire sur la question?
Of 10, really of 10 people. Yes, because more organization is complicated.
Yes. Very interesting. Good luck.
Maybe you could include like creating or writing up the process of setting up this orchard, creating videos and other things that can be then a way for you to transfer this knowledge to the other universities. So that could be, if you're interested in making this happen in other parts of Europe, that could be a way to do so.
Comment transférer les résultats aux autres personnes? Tu veux savoir comment être sur le modèle?
Oui, mais il est ouvert à tout le monde sur
It's documented online in the open source platform. It's a Wikifactory, so it's a free access to everyone. We try to diffuse. Yeah. Yeah.
So I just like to give you a feedback, actually, more than a question. I think that you have a very interesting project, but I couldn't actually focus on what you are really offering, because you broke all the rules of pitching. So my suggestion would be then, if you can speak English. So in my opinion, you could maybe do the presentation like nice pictures and then read, because then I was so focused on reading your slides than really on understanding what's there. And there was much, really lots of interesting stuff. I just lost it. So I guess the idea, it's really valuable, but the way you presented this completely disfocused me. And I think there is a still way to give the offer to the people, using the presentation and then reading us. And then behind you could have nice, slides, so we would understand what you said. But still, thank you.
Thank you very much. And now we have the other team, the second team from the University of Brest, and it's exterior plant walls. You would like to share it from yours?
No, it's for my note.
Okay.
Just tell me which one is.
Orange. This one.
Do you have it in? It's only in the
No, it's
PDF.
only PDF, it's
Okay. It would be easier to have it.
PowerPoint?
Yes, it would be nicer, let's say. You can share this one, like, I'm not sure that we can share. There is no option to share this one in the full screen. Okay, so go for that. It's in creation, but unfortunately.
What is the work of presentation?
Podijeli datoteku. Marko, jel ti znaš kako se ovo prikaže? Aha, evo ga, I find it.
Okay, this one.
And the pointer is where? Everything is working.
Yes.
You can remove your mask.
Okay. Hello. I'm Ange, a student in informatics student in the UBO. So my project for SEA-EU sustainment goal, etc. It's an external control for everyone and everywhere. So the project is the deployment in the campus of UBO of an exterior control. So it's a structure that is not existing yet, and that can benefit us all. Do you see what is exterior control? No? Okay. You see it. And for beginning, we will make an experimentation of it that will take place on the outside stair of the UBO manufacturer. So, about the implementation in the CDG context, the plants are very beautiful, like, oh, it's nice to have plants everywhere, and it's beautiful, but what interests me is not the visual aspect, it's more the strategic values that is strategic values of external control. Like for participate to the fight against the too much quantity of CO2. I don't know how to say in English, but it's there. In the atmosphere by using the photosynthesis of plants, because you know that plants metabolize CO2 for living, and give us the O2 we use for living. And after, there is other interesting aspects. It's terrible. Also, to increase this picture illustratively, to increase the biodiversity of the campus by adding a new type of this kind of plant, other species of plant or insect can benefit of their presence, because actually in our campus there is not a lot of plants that are just growing naturally. It's very, I don't know how to say, but they cut the grass like twice in a month, so it's a little bit not alive. And it will, so for this, it will first little step to increase the autonomous capacity of the green space in the campus. So, like more plant green space have, the more it can be self-dependent. Like you don't have to put insecticide or pesticide, because the interaction between the different plants do this for you. And of course, increasing the local quality of air and life in the campus, because we live in city and cities are very polluted. So for the implementation in the campus, the real things, so it will take place there on the outside stair of the UBO factory, and we are going to do a thing like this. It's schematic. So with recycled materials and recycled, not recycled plant. We're going to make, I don't gonna explain to you every structure, but you can find it in the internet. But we're gonna try a different structure and different paints, and seeing what is the best combination and what plants are good in the administrative constraints. Like, you know, do you have to maintain it like every week, or and does it going too fast? So we're going to see this thing. And for selecting the plants, we have with students in biology. We have identified the endemic plants of the campus. So with this, we can know which plants are going to growing much easier, because the space are made for them in a way. And yeah, so also we are going to put, I don't know where, maybe like
here with the QR code for people to put their commentary of what they think about the structure. And also a green book that will be at the Bio Open Factory for making commentary that will take part. And so yes, you see, also the Bio Campus is not very pretty, a little bit depressing. And the vision is also to make this place more like an hanging out place. Because a lot of students in my campus just go to class, eat, and leave. And so it's sad, I think. And if you're going, my idea is if you're going to a place that you can hang out, you only can work better in this place. Because you like to be there, so you like what you're doing there normally. So about the timeline, in June, no. Oh, yes, no, yes, okay. So in June, you see the date. I met with the Open Factory and with the directrice of Biafra, and we talk about developing some sustainable idea on the campus, but no big idea was born at this time. In November 2021, we have the local Makeathon, that we call SEA-EU Campus Dural in the Bio. And this was during this moment that the idea of an external portfolio was born, because I had a lot of ideas what I do. And they helped me to do this, do one thing, and maybe after do other things. In January 2022, we have the authorization of the university to install it. And in May 22, after my exam, we are going to install it. And in 2022 and 2023, we are going to see the results and start thinking and working with other people to do more structure like that in the Bio campus. And for the plant, we currently wait for a teacher to validate the data that we have gathered about the biological attributes of the campus. It's the correct word. So okay, I finished. Any question? Okay.
So, whenever you use micro and you are very active while talking, I would suggest to keep the mic close to your chin. Yeah. So it's like whenever you move, we can still hear you. You see, because when I do this, you can still hear me. If I do this, I cannot really understand what you're talking, because that's a really nice rule that we very often train once we train on pitching.
Okay. Thank you. No question?
Okay, so very similar to previous questions. So you're basically making a sort of green wall here, right? How is this different from other green walls? And do you have any ideas on how you can make it easier for other people to set up their own green walls in similar environments?
The difference is that in faculty we don't have green wall, and they don't like this idea because when they think green wall, they think, oh my God, the wall are going to fall. So the green wall is not the innovating aspect, but it's more like showing to the people of university that are going to say yes for full deployment that we can do this and we can work without destroying the walls. And for the helping people to do the same, next year like the other project, we document on the open platform. And next year, I think I'm gonna work a little bit more on like a tutorial of how doing your own goal in your faculty. Like for students that want to do this and say, okay, you have to talk with him, showing this data. So like you have tutorial for changing your headlight. I want to do a tutorial for installing green wall on the campus, because if you want to do this at your house, it's okay. On internet we have a lot of information about it, but in university, the human factor of convince people that is going to be okay is a big part. Actually, we have two, and we have so me, biology student that work on the plant aspect, and on the paper it's well, we have the directress of science department in the team, but she supports the project, not have the time to participate in it. And but the open factory a lot, so they are in the team in a way.
Thank you very much for your presentation. Now we have a team from University of Split, is the SEA-ID team.
Radi. Sama ćeš prezentirati. Aha. Kristina, kaže, našao je problem, hoćemo mu reći da popravi, pa vidite, to će se otvoriti pravo ili... Aha, nije mogao čitati sadržaj. Šta ćemo sad, hoćeš provjeriti na brzinu, sve ti tu? Možda ove, eventualno, ako ne radi. Vidite, sam
Hello everyone, my name is Christina.
We'll go again. Hi, hello again.
I am Christina from Oceanos Association and from CID team. Today I'm going to present you CID mobile app concept. CID is mobile app, premium mobile app that allows users to identify marine organisms. It's still in development, but in further days, months, this year, we will have developed application. With the help of an algorithm, the app will recognize species and it will provide the user useful information about them. And as we know, overfishing in Mediterranean is a real problem, and the lack of information are also a problem. Here with our CID application, we are offering useful information such as minimum length of catch, fishing bans, if the species is endangered, poisonous, or even dangerous. The app will advise the user to be careful or to put it back in the sea. By doing so, we are preventing the catch of juveniles, and we want to raise awareness of sustainable fishing in accordance with number 14 of Sustainable Development Goals. To be more precise, life below water. We have more than one SDG, but second, also important one is quality education. In order to serve our students on campus and in SEA-EU universities, we are creating SEA-ID website that will have all collections of all data collections to which students and researchers, institutions will have access to, so they can have their own research. Also the government and the scientists can use this information by applying them for some government rules. This information will have a benefit for them because they provide answers about fishing areas that need to be protected even more. We want to spread word about CID app in order to make connections with aligned students and aligned universities in order to spread our database for their seas and their species. In our team, we have people from a lot of backgrounds, and our CID is intended to fishermen, divers, scientists, and students who have already shown interest. As you can see, we have more than 600 answers in our survey that we gathered within 48 hours. More than 90% of them said they like this application and they believe the application would raise awareness of sustainable fishing. 99% of them said that they would like to use application, and that does not surprise us because it's the first one on the European market that with this kind of information. And nothing of this would be possible without our team, CID team, and thanks to Student Business Incubator that we are members of, we get to expand our team for a few more students. Thank you. Yeah, for now. 3 of us. Present 3.
Thank you for your presentation. So you said that your application is for students, but also for more people and researchers. Did you work with them on the application to ensure that the quality of the data will be good for them, they will be able to use it?
Sorry, can you repeat? Oh, yeah.
Yes, many people that work on this app are students that study marine biology, and in association with the University of Split and our faculty, we will check all the facts and we ensure the app is very correct.
But with researcher, sorry, you said that the data that you will have in the application, you will produce with the application, will be usable for the researcher. Yeah. So did you ask them?
Yes,
Yeah.
we are already in cooperation with some university departments who are helping us out to develop the visual database. And they will also help us out in checking, making sure that the database is correct, reliable as well. And we will also done several surveys that, and we've done in some this service, for example, done with corporations.
Thank you.
So what do you think will motivate people to use the application? And the second question is, how will people know about your work?
So we already get the survey with 600 answers within 48 hours, which is impressive. And we believe that if we had more days of the survey, we will gather more answers. All the respondents were fishermen and the scientists who show interest in application, and by digital marketing is the first thing how people will know about us.
We are also involved in the SEA, which is students incubator that helps the startups to grow and invest in marketing area. So that would help us in expanding our market.
Just a last question about how the University of SEA-EU can benefit from your work and your application.
Researchers and students can use our database for their own research if they want to, of course, and it will be all available on our website.
So if I want to use it in Brest, I can download the application.
Yes, you just log in with your mail and you'll have the data that you want to use.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I actually wanted to congratulate you on the presentation. It was super clear. I could understand absolutely everything, and I'm really happy to see so many women teaching. It's really cool. Congrats.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you very much. And now we have the last team. Who Bridge is the team from University of Brest and the second life of lab plastic waste.
This one is yours.
Yeah.
It will be, yeah. It will be easier to share. It's opening. Okay. I'll share the screen. It's working.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Valerie from University of Brest, and today I'm going to talk about the second life of lab plastic waste. I know that talking about waste is not the most attractive thing when we imagine a sustainable and innovative campus, but just give me a chance and I will try to show you how to make plastic waste desirable. So as students, teachers, and also simply as citizens, we use plastics in our daily life activities, but the amount of plastic we use increases even more when we work in a university laboratory. Biological or medical laboratories are of course part of the excellence of our university researches, but they can also be a large source of lab plastic waste. In 2015, scientists from the University of Exeter have estimated that the world's life sciences laboratories could be producing more than 5 million tons of plastic waste every year. Among these, a lot of single-use plastics that are often used for cost and time-saving reasons, like tubes, petri dishes, pipette tips, gloves, all plastic packaging in the lab adds up to the giant pile of plastic we use every day. Hopefully today discussions are taking place in the academic community to develop more sustainable practices and even the lab. So how do we do that? For a year now, I've been working for the Interreg Preventing Plastic Pollution project, which is a project to implement concrete action and solutions to reduce and recycle plastics in local communities and, in our case, University of Brest. But laboratories are very, very special places with very specific items and major health and safety issues. And these are the reason why we decided to participate to the Makeathon to find a way to transform this resource. We were convinced that tubes, pipette tubes, and petri dishes still have many possible uses after the first time in the labs. And if no one would like to collect them, so we would do it. And we just needed to find a way how to transform them into sustainable and desirable objects. In other words, our goal was to create a new local recycling scheme for our major lab plastic waste. We therefore started by identifying the plastics that we were producing in the laboratory and their quantities. And the first step is to ensure a good recycling process. It's first to sort plastics according to their types and their colors. So during the Makeathon, we create these prototype sorting bins to have like a clear signage to sort plastics in the lab. And we would then have like white polystyrene tubes and red polyethylene tubes and all the plastics sorted. And once sorted, the plastics is then shredded, sent to the machine that we have on our campus, and we get this little plastic pellets that can be used then into a press or an injection machines to create absolutely all the objects that we want. So in the laboratory where I work, my colleagues are always looking for these conical tubes holders that you can see over here. So that's why we designed a prototype of this tube holder during the Makeathon, and we create this with like old plastic waste. But we could also have been creating a chair, a clock, a laptop support, and many other things. And in this way, we created like a circular loop by making a new sustainable object for the laboratory's activities from lab plastic waste. And by using this local resource that we all have in our university and in research laboratories, we avoid the extraction of new material to make new objects. We make recycling accessible to everyone and everywhere, and we raise awareness on plastic pollution in the campus among students and teachers. And this, of course, in an economical and efficient way. To conclude, I would say that as university, we are here to inspire the next generation. So let's transform this resource that we all have and which is created to last for 100 years, but which is often just only for a few minutes, to create something sustainable and to create something new. We will probably not eliminate all plastic waste immediately, but I'm sure that by taking this action, we can certainly reduce the amount of plastic we have in our campus and make it more sustainable and completely innovative. Thank you for your attention, and also thank you to my team who worked with me on this project.
Congratulations on the presentation. That was the proper pitch structure. I understood the problem. I understood it even better because you provided us with the statistics, with the number. There is a 5.5. It makes your pitch even more credible. Yeah. And I understand the size of the problem. So also I like you were very smart with the notes, because you had the notes, but you were using them in a very smart way, because you were still keeping eye contact with the audience, which is super important. So I liked a lot your pitch. You presented the team. Everything is like, yeah, you follow the rules of the pitch structure. In my opinion, it was really interesting. I have a question, but maybe I can give the voice to others and I get back to you. And thank you for keeping the mic.
Can you tell us a bit more about your team, what they did, the role, and maybe future plans for expanding?
Yeah, sure. So in my team, we are 6. So there is Tommy, who is a project manager in the European Open Factory. Furley, who is a master's degree student in marine biology, Lucy, who is a PhD student and she's working on nanoplastics in Canada now, Antoine, who is an engineer and he's working on lipids in the ocean, and then we have Basmana, who is a bachelor's degree student in chemistry. And we work all together during the Makeathon to develop this idea and how to collect the plastics, how to do it, and what to do them. And now we are actually three in the institute where we work. It's the place of the campus where there is the most laboratories. It's our European Institute for Marine Studies. We have like 100 of laboratories there. So Antoine and me, we are completely working with the researchers to deploy the collection and to help them to say, okay, this you can put in the bin because it will be easy to recycle, or this, no, it's not possible yet because we don't find the way to do it. So for the moment, we are really at this step to deploy collection pods everywhere, to make researchers aware of the action and to help them to really know how to sort the plastics in the lab. And then in the future, we have started the first training test, and then it will be like the press and injection and see what works better.
Just say excellent, because I think it will be very useful for other researchers as well. How do you plan to transfer this knowledge? Will you make some instructions, videos, and so on?
Yeah, the goal I think is to create like to document it all the process, and then to create a methodology report with all the easy and not easy points that we have to deal with, and the attention point too, and advice for other laboratories or universities to set up the action. Yeah.
There are laboratories in the universities and there are laboratories in business. How about getting in touch with business? Did you plan it already?
Actually, not really. We just focused on biological and medical laboratories because we have to start somewhere and to find major lab items to say, okay, what we can do with that. But I think in the second time.
Are you somehow planning to measure, because now we see that there is a problem, you have a nice solution, and you started doing, the things you plan, and that would be super cool to have the data, how much plastic you collected, and just to show the impact.
Yeah, sure. I have already started this. I haven't been here, but for the moment, between like a 4 months period, we have collected more than 30 kilo of hard plastic in our 100 labs. So that's not much, but it's because all the labs are not participate actively immediately, and then we will start to increase this number. But the goal is not to have the more plastic we can, because the action is also to learn them how to reduce at the source the plastic that they use in their experimentation, and then recycle the rest that is used in a way.
So thank you all very much. It was very well done. You survived the pitching session, so now it's time for you to a little bit rest, to have your coffee break, and the jury have the toughest part to decide about the winner. So we'll have a break for around 15 to 20 minutes. I will call you back to the room when we decide who is winning.
Ako želiš možemo snimati
Nie, I może chętnie da se svaki tim posebno slika i to se to
Nakon
Pa nemam pojma, gdje su nam ono ih tamo za napisat, nemam marker. Ajde šeraj ovdje onaj SEA-EU Makeathon.
So it was quite challenging. I think that jury had a harder part than you. We are almost perfect on time, so it's always good to be. I will now ask Professor Edward Duka from University of Malta to announce the third place.
So, hello everyone. So the third place goes to SEA-EU. Okay. So just to give a bit of our reasoning for it, you were my first place, but there's more than one judge, and in the spirit of democracy, you know. So we really like the idea, I think, because it's got a lot of potential. I remember the group had applied for an EU project. It's a scheme for science for society, and one of the ideas was very similar to this. So seeing that happen is a really exciting prospect. So well done. We hope you continue developing it. And Ivana, I don't know if you want to announce the prize.
Okay. So the prizes, we want to be fair, so more or less all teams will get the similar, but the only difference is the quantity of the prizes. So the third place will want this backpacks full of different small things from the university and SEA-EU Alliance, and you will also get one license for Affinity program, which is similar to Adobe Photoshop and other programs. We will give you instructions about that. Other teams will get the same prizes, but in high quantities, let's say it like that. So yeah. Edward, do you want to add something more?
Just a big round of applause. Well done. Thank you very much.
It's yours. Afterwards, we will take team pictures after we announce the winners, second and the first place. And for that, we have a kind of special situation. So I will kindly ask our Vice Rector Laura Martis and Isabella to join me and announce the rest of the winning teams.
Thank you. So we had a very difficult time. Like Isabella said, it's like in the plays, you never get seat 13. And in our case, well, we do not have number 2. So we could not decide the winners, so we have 2 winners of this makeathon. And really, it's a big pleasure to announce that the winning teams are, well, Study Buddy and
the second life of the Black Plastic Waves.
So congratulations. This is a great job. It's 2 different aspects. One is really about student life in a large sense, and we see a great potential for the students of the All Alliance to connect to this app. And we think that as we continue our alliance, there will be also opportunities so that we can continue with this one, but also the others. And also with respect to love plastics, we see also a great potential to connect all of our research teams. We have even a research U project where we are discussing the sustainable practices at our research institutions. So we think this will be a valuable contribution to our alliance.
Well, it's too harsh to comment. once the team from the University of Gdańsk is also in the first place. So let me comment just the second type of plastic waste. I already said that I really liked your pitch. It was very clear. There was a clear problem, nice solution. I would like to get in touch with you and also think about how to implement this solution to in our university. And also in Gdańsk we have medical university, so also some companies. So let's start from our university, and maybe we can already, like quite quickly, start implementing that solution into our university in Poland, in Gdańsk. So congratulations, and also I would like to, at the end, just last sentence, to say that the guys from the University of Gdańsk were really training a lot. So it was a huge effort from your side. I do really appreciate it, because also they had, exams and everything. So great job, well done. Thank you and congratulations.
And now we have the prizes.
So both of you will get 3 licenses for the activity, and you will get a lot of backpacks full of different things. So I'm not sure how you bring it all back, but it's nice that UBO came with a big team. So I suppose that they will help you to bring it back home. And for you guys from dance, I think it's good distribution. Every one of you will get 1. So you just have to decide which one. Yeah. And I think that by this we came to the end of this official part of the event. Now we will have lunch and time for networking, and after that, at I think 2:30 we have a city to walk with Mia and Nina from SEA-EU office. And now I will give the last word to our vice chair.
Thank you, Ivana. Maybe also just a word for all of your teams. We really like all of your ideas and see a great potential in them. And we will try to assist you as we go on, how to develop these ideas further. We have a lot of ideas among ourselves, but also we will get our free assistance in developing this idea further. All of the colleagues who were here in the jury said, yes, we would really like to support you further. So hope to work with you on. Yes, and yeah, tomorrow, okay, yes, tomorrow you will probably know that you will have a chance to meet the other students. So talk to them and see if you can, transfer your ideas to their teams, and maybe already start thinking about the student project, because in this new SEA Alliance, there will be just a funding mechanism for that. So it's a good time to start preparing.
Yeah. Now we can have a pictures of team. We can have maybe one big picture of all